Ahí sí, menudo está bien. This is like the easiest one. How the fuck is my fault? Practice your next year. From what?
You can't even defend the ball.
Mom, do you want to open my dog? Sure. Oh, what are you gonna do?
Oh. See you next week.
Dude, I'm tempted to fuck. I'm gonna follow you.
Which I know what you did.
Let's do Canadians ever. Canadians ever. Let's do it.
If you can help me with equipment.
Right now? Wait, when?
No, at the end.
Oh, here.
For pizza.
Right here.
Percussion.
Can you stay?
I mean, we have like we're not gonna. I mean, we're still gonna have to help either way. Mira la puta bocina. Uy. Aquí, güey, esta de aquí. Hey, kid, ready?
Oh, yeah.
Suck. Ivan, you remember it?
Alright, try it again. For 2 measures. That's about as good as it's gonna get.
Fuck. Well, guys, we're shooting.
Well, guys, have a good year. I'm waving.
Alright, ready?
Sorry, next. One more. This is it.
Stop.
Oh, coach, something. Yeah, these are it.
3 minutes.
A la verga, empezó 4. What the fuck? I thought we had 8.
Put your phone on silent.
Pero por qué? Make sure your ringtone doesn't like. Actually, no. Can I put this next to the microphone? I want to put this next to the microphone. Can I put that next to the microphone?
No, you should put
Ever, let's put it next to the microphone.
Wait, the artist, you don't swear. I don't want to be technical.
Thank you. I don't want to be loud though, that's why.
Never. I only counted 1 balloon going off.
Oh, how many balloons did we count last year?
10.
10, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what's the record this year.
I used 5.
They all let him go. No, Neta, it's a tradition where you count how many balloons they let go. Yeah, we need to do that. We're like, oh fuck, those were for later. There's traditions, you gotta keep them up. You gotta count the balloons and fill up the symbol.
Alright, 1 minute. Set.
Yeah, we're gonna play this like I need to put myself in. Where's she? Oh, she's over there. Click myself in. Where is she?
Paying attention.
She's looking over there to see when they're coming.
She's under security.
Dude, this really helps. She's like, okay. Ready to get out.
I like it.
No way, she's gonna shoot us. Why did you put the microphone with the freshman? She goes like, oh, okay? Like,
They all
I
look
was
at
like
you
right there.
You still are.
Who do you get our badges?
Technically you're still up porque no se acaba el año enteramente.
After today, you're freshman.
There you go. Matt, sure you can see me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Richard Hernandez, our band director, and our CHS band for performing Pomp and Circumstance. Good morning, Jaguar families. Please stand for the presentation of colors and our national anthem. Performing our national anthem today are members from our Capitol High School's a cappella ensemble, Synchronicity. Families, please remain standing throughout the performance of our national anthem and until our color guard has exited our field. Jeff Owen, our choir director, and our Synchronicity Ensemble. You performed beautifully. Students and guests, you may now be seated at this time. Good morning and welcome to Jaguar Stadium for the commencement ceremony of Capitol High School's class of 2019. I would first like to recognize our dignitaries joining me on stage. With us today, we have from our Santa Fe Public Schools Executive Cabinet, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Veronica Garcia. Deputy Superintendent, Ms. Linda Sink. Associate Superintendent, Dr. James Lujan. Assistant Superintendent, Ms. Christy Wagner. Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Herman Martinez. We also have with us from our Santa Fe Public Schools Board of Education, President, Ms. Kate Noble. Vice President, Ms. Maureen Cashman. Secretary, Mr. Rudy Garcia. Member, Mr. Stephen Carrillo. Joining us is also Mr. Marcos Mays, Director of Recruitment and Dual Credit with the Santa Fe Community College and a high school alum himself. Thank you all for joining us and for your continued support of our students, staff, and the community of Capitol High School, and for being a part of our celebration today. Last, but most definitely not least, I would like to acknowledge and thank our fantastic Capitol High School leadership team, my colleagues, and my friends. Associate Principal, Ms. Sonia Gunter. Associate Principal, Mr. Joshua Ryan. Associate Principal, Ms. Jamie Holliday. These three individuals, as well as all of our Capitol High teachers and staff, are true champions of students and are a true family of dedicated educators who are willing to do what it takes every day to make sure that our Jaguar community continues to thrive. I have truly been honored to work alongside these individuals. Thank you for all of the blood, sweat, and literally tears that you put in every day to make sure that our school is the best place that we can possibly make it. I can honestly say that there is no work family like our Jaguar family. I appreciate each of you dearly, and I know that even with my departure, this community is strong, not because of the work of one individual, but because of the combined love, dedication, and heart of our entire Capitol High staff. But most of all, I want to acknowledge all of you, the talented, intelligent, determined students of the class of 2019. You have all worked to reach this milestone, and I know that this is a big day for you, your families, and for everyone in our community who has supported you during your high school journey. And in many ways, this is a big day for me as well. This will be my last Capitol High graduation. So I just want to soak in all of this beautiful turquoise for 1 second. I am Mariah Runyon, the principal of Capitol High School, and today I welcome you graduates, your families, friends, and our honored guests to the heart of our Southside community, Capitol High School. I am incredibly proud of each and every one of you seniors who are about to transition from Capitol High School seniors to Capitol High School alumni. Today is your day of celebration as we recognize your accomplishments as the 31st graduating class of Capitol High School. But graduates, no matter where your journey started, you have all made it here today through a combined effort of determination, sacrifice, and a whole lot of hard work. Some of you have had to hold down jobs to help support your families. Many of you have had to live in the unknown limbo of your immigration status, not knowing what the future may hold. And then there are those of you who have experienced loss and immense struggle this school year, adding extra stress to that already stressful senior year. But you are here today because every one of you stood up, dug your heels in, and said to every doubter and to yourself, yes, I can. Yes, I can succeed. Yes, I can work harder than I thought I could. Yes, I deserve to be here today. You decided you would not be defined by your past struggles or where you came from, but by where you want to go tomorrow, by what you want to believe, by what dreams you want to achieve. In a few weeks, I too will leave the hallways of this school. I will hug and say goodbye to my work and family friends, and I will drive north from this city, the community that has been my home for my entire adult life. There is nothing easy about this. Change is always hard. You have to be brave to say goodbye. You have to be hopeful in a different future, one that is clearly not written out yet. You have to be willing to have many tears today for the possibility of extra smiles tomorrow. It is scary to step into the unknown, and it takes risk to change course. When my family and I made the tough decision that moving to Colorado was the best for all of us, it came at a price, because in many ways we will be starting over. The bottom line is that it is scary, and I question myself every day. Did I make the right choice? Will I be happy? Will I hate my new job? Will I miss capital more than I think? The list of questions literally goes on, and the self-doubt with all of these questions can become paralyzing. However, I cannot let my self-doubt be the driving force of my life. I cannot let fear keep me and my family from what we know may be hard in the present, but it will be better in the future. Just this past weekend, my 7-year-old son and I were talking about our move and how we were both a bit scared. And with young wisdom, he turned to me and he said, "Mom, it's like that new skateboard Lego set I just got for my birthday. When I opened the box and I saw all those pieces, I was totally freaked out. I mean, how can I possibly put this all together by myself?" But then I just started with a few pieces and then a few more, and a couple of hours later, I had the coolest skate park. So moving will be a lot like building those Legos, Mom. We'll have something awesome in the end. Yes, my son's view is innocent and sweet, but he is 100% correct. Awesomeness doesn't just happen. It takes a plunge into the waters of fear, it takes courage, and it takes saying goodbye to the present. I relate my own family's fears of saying goodbye, of taking a leap into an unknown future to you, because I thought about what message I most want to send to my graduates, and it is that within each of you, right now, you have the courage, the kindness, the intellect, the power to choose any future you want, to be any person that you want, to either go in the same direction as past generations or to even forge a new one, a completely different path, a completely different you. But you get to decide that. Others may question you. Heck, you may question yourself. But the wisdom, the heart of what to decide lies within you. And as you continue to make choices to decide which version of you most want to become, remember to push aside self-doubt. Don't give in to the fears of the unknown and those insecurities, because even if you fail at something or have to try again and again, tens or even hundreds of times, it is far better than sitting stagnant and not moving forward because you are simply afraid. You cannot stay in one place forever. And today, you move on from this very football field where you may have played or watched your fellow Jags play and cheer. You move on from our hallways. You move on from that gym basketball court. You move on from your teachers and principals, and you move on from high school. And that move, that change is right, well-deserved, and you are ready. You have always been ready, even if there is a little bit of fear. As you venture into the world beyond high school, I will provide you with my last nugget of advice. Sometimes you won't make all those right decisions. Sometimes you won't be at your best. Sometimes you will be angry when you shouldn't. Sometimes you will choose left when you should have chosen right. Sometimes you will make people sad, angry, or disappointed. And sometimes you will even disappoint yourself. But you must be open to forgiveness for both others and, most importantly, for yourself. Wake up each day, and as one of my personal local heroes, Mary Louise Romero, asks, are you at your best today? And continue to strive for that, knowing that you will falter at times, but you will try each day to be and do better than you are now and better than you were yesterday. What I love most about our Jaguar community is that we are always striving to be and do better. Even when everyone around us doubts what we can do, what we are capable of, that we continue to prove them wrong, that we continue to persevere, to show that we are more than ACT scores. Oh, there's a hat flying. We are more than ACT scores, a proficiency ranking, a school grade. We prove by our actions that we have a sense of community, that we have kind hearts, and we have the drive to be better than we were yesterday, and we have a desire to focus on what matters most, being able to change, being kind, and never backing down from a challenge. For many of us, this has been a challenging year, but even with our challenges, we have experienced many memorable moments together, such as sweet and soft-spoken Vianney Sanchez, who surprised us during summer school when we discovered her love of somewhat inappropriate hip-hop, and we embarrassed her by making her think that the only way she would get her credit was if she sang for us. So Vianney, even Miss Holiday has a love for some inappropriate hip-hop from time to time. Well, actually, all the time. That uplifting spirit of Amanda Carbajal, our Amanda Panda, whose infectious laugh and clothing style cheers us up every day. To Mario Navarrete, Sigi Olivas, Aaron Melendez, and Sebastian Parra, who were in the front office at least once a day for this entire senior year, not because they were in trouble, but simply to check in. There was even that time that Mario came into my office upset. Runyon, what do you need me to do? I heard some student was giving you a hard time. And even though I didn't need Mario to give that student a talking to, I still appreciate that you always had my back. Stephanie Chali, being chosen this spring to represent the entire state, this school, and most importantly, her avid family, as one of the student avid speakers this summer in Denver, where she will speak to an audience of over 5,000. I can think of no better individual to speak from the heart than her. Chali, you make us all proud. The daily greeting of hello, beautiful people, from Gabriela Garcia. I don't think there is one principal who didn't love the positivity that Gabby brought to us each day. And the fact that you worked literally day and night to be sitting with us here today is the true definition of perseverance. Destiny Sena, Michelle Pineda, Priscilla Estrada, Amy Campos, and Edwin Medrano, who are all graduating from high school 1 year early. And Edwin gets the honor of proving me wrong, and anyone who knows me knows that I hate to be wrong, but in this case, I will take it because you showed me and yourself that you could do it even when others doubted you. Rocio Valles and Elizabeth Walker, my homegirls in travel. As the three of us were in an airport all day for 3 full days, you two kept positive spirits all the way until we finally landed in Costa Rica. And no, Walter is not coming to visit me from Costa Rica this summer. And those students who always give without asking for anything in return. The email from Miranda Cortez just last week that came at the perfect time. Thank you. Leah Coriz, who always has the biggest smile and radiates kindness. You didn't have to say much, but I could always find your face in the senior crowd, and it gave me that extra nudge. Thank you. And Brianna Martinez, for an act that she probably doesn't even remember, but it changed the course of this year for me. That run to hug me during that homecoming game had a positive domino effect, and I am incredibly grateful for that and for you. Thank you. Annika Benavides and our JAG golf team for taking home the first golf district championship in over a decade. Our Lady Jags made us very proud. Pato Jose Palos, who may forever be mortified about how the compliment he tried to give me in Costa Rica got lost in translation. Don't worry, Pato, I know what you were trying to say. To those seniors who are sitting here now who just last week didn't think they would make it, but they spent every day working in our office until late at night and on weekends. While most of you were receiving cords and medals last week, these students were in the office supporting one another to finish that last half credit. Success comes in many shapes and sizes, and you proved to yourself that you could persevere even when you felt defeated. And that is a most valuable lesson. I am so proud that you did not give up on yourself. Because you didn't give up on yourself or each other, there are now 291 of you walking across this stage today, making the class of 2019 the largest number of high school students to walk across the stage. To the curse of our senior year events, and we honestly could not make this stuff up. 2 canceled bonfires due to weather. The closing of cliffs because of a freak rainstorm in Albuquerque. No Saturdays remaining for our annual prom, and then this windy and colder than normal temperatures for our graduation. And to those memes, thank you, Marcus C.D. Baca, that documented your senior year. And yes, I do have a few of my favorite. To those of you who have lost family members, know that they are with you today and will always be in spirit. To those of you whose family members are in other countries and could not be here today, to those whose family members came to this country to give you new opportunities, continue to make them proud. To those of you who are the first in your families to graduate from high school, continue to pave the way for future generations and don't allow yourself to be the last. More than anything else, I want you to know that you are important, valued, and wonderful human beings, and I have been honored to be your principal and to work at this school. I love you all, and I am proud of you. I have so much faith in who you will be based on the fabulous human beings that you already are. As we say for every graduation, remember that even though you are graduating from Capitol High School, the Jaguar community will always be your home, and you are always welcome to come back home. I would now like to recognize our Masters of Ceremony, Lady Jaguar Athlete of the Year, Miss Michaela Baca, and Jaguar Athlete of the Year, Mr. Jacob Harone. Please join me on the stage. These students represent the best of Capitol High School athletics, and I am proud to have them stand beside me today, assisting with our graduation ceremony. Michaela Baca started playing volleyball and running track for Capitol High School during her 8th grade year. She participated as a Jaguar athlete for volleyball and track all 4 years of high school, and also joined the tennis team her senior year. Michaela was named All-Tournament Player in 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018, and was named the District Defensive Player of the Year in 2017 and the High School Volleyball Player of the Year in 2018. Additionally, Michaela was the first team All-District 4 consecutive years and was the team captain for 3 years. Not only does Michaela excel in athletics, but she is also in the top 10% of her graduating class and was a class of 2019 Sterling Silver. Michaela has committed to playing volleyball for Montana State University in Billings this fall, where she will study health and human performance. Jacob Harone started the sport of wrestling when he was 5 years old. During his youth wrestling career, he took 7 national championships. He then started the sport of football when he was 8, and he followed both sports into high school. During his high school career, Jacob earned 7 individual and team district titles in football and wrestling. He placed 4th and 5th at the state wrestling tournament. He also lettered in track and golf while at CHS. He was also the Business Pathway Student and the DECA Student of the Year. And Jacob plans to move to Seattle, Washington to explore his options and live life to the fullest.
Check, check. Superintendent Dr. Veronica Garcia. Dr. Veronica Garcia is the superintendent of Santa Fe Public Schools. Her past experience has included working as the executive director of New Mexico Coalition of Students Administrators, New Mexico's first cabinet secretary of education, and a teacher and principal in Albuquerque Public Schools. Dr. Garcia is a local, national, and international keynote speaker, having delivered more than 1,000 speeches and addresses in her career. Please welcome Superintendent of Santa Fe Public Schools, Dr. Veronica Garcia.
Buenos días. Es un gran placer estar aquí con ustedes y un gran aplauso por los graduantes. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here with you. You've all been pretty calm, so when I say Viva los Jaguars 2019 seniors, I want to hear from you. Are you excited? Yes, all right. So proud of you, but I don't know, you don't sound excited enough, and if you're not excited, we can't give you your diplomas. Let's hear it for the class of 2019. There you go. There you go. That's more like it. So my gift to you today, I've given thousands of speeches, that is true, but today is going to be my shortest speech. Is that okay with you? All right, so I'm just going to say to you that on behalf of the Santa Fe Public Schools, we are so proud of you, and I want to be one of the first to congratulate you for this great accomplishment. And I'm just going to leave you with one quote by Nelson Mandela. He says, "Do not judge me by successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up." And so I know that it's probably been a bumpy ride, because everything that is worth achieving is not always easy, right? You're going to have your ups and downs, and it's going to continue that way. But what's most important is not how often you succeed, but how often you get back up. And I know that you will. So all the best to you, and just know again how very, very proud we are of all of you. Let's hear it again for the graduating class of 2019. I know.
Kate Noble was born in Santa Fe, attending Santa Fe Public Schools. After high school, she attended Columbia University in New York City, graduating with a bachelor's in arts film studies. Kate spent 10 years with the BBC's business news desk as producer, reporter, and anchor. She then returned to Santa Fe and began working for the city of Santa Fe in economic and community development, where she focused on growing local businesses and local talent. Please welcome our Santa Fe Public Schools Board of Education President Kate Noble.
Hello, beautiful people. I think I'm going to borrow that. I really like it. Thank you very much. It's great to be here. I was incredibly nervous about speaking at commencement today, so I had the great privilege of talking to some seniors in the AVID class, Miss K's AVID class. Thank you very much. Where are you? There you are. And this was really the best thing I've done in a long time. And to the families and friends who are out there in the stands, I think you probably know how wonderful these seniors are, these graduates are, and I really got to learn it. You are wise, you are in touch with yourselves, you are kind to each other. And I don't have a lot of extra wisdom to give, but I wanted to share just a couple thoughts, some of the things that I think resonated with the class, and I want to thank all of you that shared your wisdom with me when I came that day and talked to the AVID classes and got to hear from you. I remember really well when I was a graduate a couple decades ago sitting in Santa Fe on a field, and it was windy and sunny, and there were a bunch of people speaking, and I thought, you know, I don't know anything going out in the world. And then I got to New York City, and I was 17 years old, and I was on the 10th floor of a dorm room staring at the Empire State Building and feeling like, okay, I have the great privilege to be here. I need to learn. I need to learn from people who know more than I do. I need to learn from my roommates who are from Boston and Queens and New Jersey. They can tell me how the big city works. They can tell me how the East Coast works. And what I found after weeks and months was that actually I knew everything I needed to know. Because as Dr. Garcia said, I'd fallen down and gotten back up. I came from public school in Santa Fe. I'd experienced some real stuff by the time I had graduated. And it turns out that my roommates, they were from sheltered environments. And I knew what it took in the real world. I'd experienced diversity. I'd experienced some tough times. And I was ready. And you're ready. You are so ready to do all of it. And so I'll just share a few bits of wisdom, my favorite of which actually came from that day in Miss Kay's AVID class. It surprised me right at the end when Miss Kay said, as everybody was leaving, make good choices. And that is the best advice anybody can give you. So thank you, Miss Kay, for that. And graduates, I would say, if you can do that, if you can go forward and make mostly, at least mostly good choices, you'll be fine. And a couple other things you can do: be kind. Be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves. Don't be too hard on yourselves. You've got to get back up and you'll learn more from that. And the last thing I'd say is, it's sort of one word, but it's communicate and be part of your community. Because if you can communicate clearly and honestly, you can handle anything. And I hope you'll do that today with your families who are having their own emotions. You know, this is an emotional day for everyone, for graduates, for families, for friends. Maybe you can communicate something you haven't been able to before, because today is your graduation day. Maybe you can confess to your crush. Maybe you can tell your parents something you've always wanted to. Anyway, I hope you can do those three things. Make good choices, be kind, communicate, and go out there and do this thing. You can take care of the world. You can change the world. You can fight for what you believe in while doing all those things. Class of 2019, you've got this. Congratulations.
Elizabeth Walker was born in Huntsville, Alabama, and grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma before moving to Santa Fe, where she started high school at Capitol High as a freshman. During her time at CHS, she has served as a state officer for Model Legislature, worked as a student journalist for the Santa Fe New Mexican Generation Next, and was awarded as a Sterling Silver. Elizabeth is a recipient of the J. Robert Oppenheimer Scholarship and will be attending New Mexico Institute of Mining and Technology, majoring in environmental biology. It is my honor to present to you Capitol High School's class of 2019 salutatorian Elizabeth Walker.
Good job. Good job, Gabe.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I would like to discuss superheroes, wizards, and hobbits, and the lessons that we have learned from them. Whether we like it or not, the movies we watch and the books we read shape us as people and individuals. Therefore, I developed a list of 10 things our pop culture icons have taught us that we should use to shape our futures. Number 1, Captain America taught us to never give up in a fight, even when the odds are against you. The fight for what is right is indefinite. Number 2,
Your past does not define you, like Sirius Black from Harry Potter. You may come from a family of dark wizards, but that does not mean you will become one. Number 3, we don't have to be better than our parents, but better versions of ourselves. Captain Kirk can only be James Tiberius Kirk, captain of the Enterprise. Number 4, true character is revealed not by how people treat their superiors, but rather inferiors. Hermione Granger was always kind towards the elves, and in the end, they were her friends and allies. Number 5, there will always be an Empire, Khan, Lord Voldemort, or Sauron. Make the best of it and try to choose the right side. Number 6, don't put faith in objects that can think for themselves. For example, Loki's staff, the ring, or Tom Riddle's diary. Nothing good can come of it. Number 7, logic isn't always the answer. Spock, a human Vulcan, realizes his human side is not a defect or imperfection, but rather a trait that makes him special. For emotions make us stronger, not weaker. Number 8, it's okay to be sarcastic like Han Solo. It makes life more interesting on the Millennium Falcon. Number 9, sometimes it isn't the ring bearer, but the friend. Without Sam, Frodo would have never destroyed the ring in Lord of the Rings. And number 10, we all have monsters lurking on the inside like Bruce Banner. We just have to learn how to make Hulk part of the team. And lastly, I would like to thank my friends and family, Sam for being the greatest homework buddy I could ask for, and to Jennifer Bakovich for helping me fall in love with science. Live long and prosper.
Alfredo Ochoa was born in Glenwood Springs, Colorado, and lived in the state of Colorado until the age of 6 when he moved here to Santa Fe, attending Sweeney, Ortiz, and of course, Capitol High School. Alfredo joined AVID during his junior year, was a member of our DECA school chapter, where he made it to nationals twice, and he ran cross country all 4 years as a student athlete. He is also the recipient of the City Super Scholar Award and a 2019 Sterling Silver. Alfredo will attend Princeton University next year. Please welcome our valedictorian for the class of 2019, Alfredo Ochoa.
Good morning, everyone. Before I begin, I want to thank everyone who helped me get to this point. My parents, my siblings, my close friends, Sam Ritter, and everyone else at the Davis, New Mexico Scholarship, Ms. Kay, along with the rest of my AVID family, the teachers and staff, and maybe most importantly, the good folks who helped produce Monster energy drinks. I have received an overwhelming amount of support from all of you, and I appreciate it. When I was told I would be delivering a speech for you all today, I weighed my options. First, I considered using this speech as a way to poke fun at all of high school's flaws, but I decided I could make better use of my time. Next, I considered using this speech as an excuse to finally drop the mic when I finished talking, but I was strongly advised against it as we apparently needed to work for the rest of the ceremony. Then I considered using this speech as a way to shamelessly plug my SoundCloud account at Broadway Records, but that too did not seem like the appropriate thing to do. Finally, I decided I would use my time up here to reflect and give a real message. It is amazing to me that only 4 years ago we all sat in class for the first time as confused high school freshmen. We've come a long way since then, and look at us now, sitting on the field as confused high school seniors. We took the moments in and out of the classroom and learned from them, even if we didn't realize it at the time. Through the good times, we learned that the right company can make even the simplest moments priceless. Through the bad times, we learned that things get better when you hang in there. Through a series of very long intercom announcements, we learned that freshmen don't suck. And through this graduation, we will learn that all good things must come to an end. But although this chapter in our lives is closing, we're not exactly going to have a new start. Sure, the part of our lives where we go to high school is over, but the part of our lives where we learn and grow and get a little bit better by the day, that part's only getting started. You see, as cheesy as it may sound, every day is an opportunity to better yourself. If your senior year was anything like mine, you at some point quit trying to win and focused on just surviving. You can call it laziness, you can call it senioritis, you can call it fear of failure. Whatever you may call it, anytime you give any less than 100% of your effort, you're wasting your time. A couple of weeks back, my good friend Eric Okello and I sat in a car with some of our closest friends, and we talked about something I'm sure we have all thought about in the last few days: high school memories. However, this talk was not about the great moments of high school. This particular talk was about the time we had lost and what we could do with the time that remains. We talked about our dreams, and we realized we cannot merely sit and wait for our dreams to become reality. We must move towards our dreams, not in some slow walk, but in a full-out run. So I stand here today, and I encourage you all to run, to sprint towards your dreams. Running may be a little bit harder, but it will be well worth it. When you get up tomorrow, hopefully before 3 p.m., do something you will be proud of. Make it the start of a new journey. Make it the day you begin to improve yourself. Make it the day you will make life-changing decisions. It is as William Shakespeare likely never said, "He who is not striving to be great will never even be good." So with that being said, I say to you, stop with the excuses. There is nothing you can't do if you're willing to deal with the obstacles. Don't let reality tell you you can't be a star. Don't let a tough childhood tell you you can't have an amazing adulthood. Don't let common sense tell you you can't accomplish absolutely all of your goals. Finally, don't let anybody tell you you can't drop the mic at your own graduation. Class of 2019, it's time we start running.
Mr. Gerner has been a teacher here at Capitol High School for 9 years. Like several of our staff, Mr. Gerner is also a graduate of Capitol High School, class of 1992. After high school, he received a Bachelor's of Business Administration from New Mexico State University. Mr. Gerner returned to Santa Fe and worked for 2 different manufacturing companies for a total of 8 years. While the professional experience was invaluable, Mr. Gerner still felt something was missing. He returned to school, earning a master's degree in economics. Unfortunately, this was the height of the Great Recession, and Mr. Gerner could not find a job. He was finally able to get a part-time position as a math tutor for Sylvan Learning Center, where he discovered he had a passion for teaching. Long story short, Mr. Gerner completed the alternative certification program at Santa Fe Community College and received his teaching license. Since joining Capitol, he has been chair of the business department, an active member of the Avid Site team, a deck advisor, and lately an entrepreneur. Please welcome to the stage our Jaguar 2019 Teacher of the Year, Mr. Aaron Gerner.
Wow, that wind though. Thank you, Jacob, for the introduction. Good morning, class of 2019. First off, I want to thank you so much for choosing me as your Teacher of the Year. I consider it to be a great honor, and I'm going to try to do my best to impart some last little bits of wisdom before you guys leave this place. Now, when we give these speeches, the temptation is to make it about ourselves, and I'm going to try not to do that. Obviously, I have to give you some personal anecdotes to tie it all together, but really, today is your day. It's all about you. As Jacob mentioned, I graduated from Capitol High School almost 27 years ago, when my younger brother and the woman who is now my wife graduated 4 years later. I honestly thought I would never walk through those doors again. And yet here we are. Okay, and that goes to show you, you're never going to know how life is going to end up. So in the spirit of that, I'm going to ask you to keep an open mind in general, but specifically for the next 5 or so minutes. Some of you may know, if you've had my class, my first job was at a pet store. I went a few days after finishing my freshman year. The manager said that the only open they had was cleaning the animal cages. It was literally, and you're going to have to forgive my language here, but I think in this case it actually is appropriate. It was literally a shitty job. Okay, I spent my summer cleaning out cages, and I don't care how much you hate your job, I will put my piles of animal feces up against your working the drive-thru or annoying customer any day of the week. The manager was like, "Are you sure you want this job?" I was like, yeah, I understand what it is. The point is, I stuck with it. I did my job, and I didn't complain. At the end of the summer, I had to quit because it was a morning job and I had to go back to school. My manager told me if any sales jobs opened up that I would be the first one on the list. And sure enough, right around November, that call came. And that was the job that I had for the rest of my high school career. So I'm going to say that at least most of the time, hard work pays off. Of course, I probably don't need to tell you that. Just the fact that you're sitting here today shows that you know how to work hard. Although, let's be honest, some of you have worked harder in the last couple of weeks than others. Okay, now, this year in entrepreneurship, okay, we talked about failure a lot. And more specifically, what to do when you fail, as everybody does. Nobody likes to fail. I can tell you right now, there is a 100% guaranteed way never to fail. Okay, and the way that you don't fail is never try. Okay, but that's no way to live. As the musician Frank Turner said, no one gets remembered for the things they didn't do. Look, it's okay to be afraid to fail. Heck, it's okay to be afraid, as long as you don't let the fear control your actions. Being brave doesn't mean you don't have fear. It means you're able to overcome that fear to do what needs to be done. You're gonna fail. You're gonna make mistakes. You see, it's not your mistakes that define you. It's what you do after that. What we figured out in entrepreneurship is that failing at something is how you learn to do it better. I know I personally have had plenty of learning opportunities in the past. But that's what led me to this moment. And it sounds kind of immodest for me to say this, and I apologize, but honestly, in a way, my biggest struggle this year is dealing with all the success. Okay, I have to tell you, it sounds like bragging, and maybe it is a little, but there have been plenty of years that I've been just glad to get done with.
I'm going to pick this up. When I pick it up...
Okay, you don't always get to succeed. I mean, you know that already, right? This year, though, was the year I learned with a lot of your help, and my kids, you know who you are. I learned how to actually be an entrepreneur. I've been teaching entrepreneurship for a number of years now, but this is the first year that not only did I talk the talk, I walked the walk. With your help, we started a successful brand new business doing custom shirts from scratch. You should be proud. I know I am. But really, honestly, it represents years of trying things out and yes, failing hard at times. And that leads me to my last point. What happens after you screw up? I want to take a moment to talk to my graduating business and DECA seniors for just a second, if you'll indulge me. First, you guys, I'm super proud of you, and I'm going to miss you like crazy next year. But second, and maybe more importantly, I want to say I'm sorry. You guys taught me a lot this year, and I'm going to be an even better teacher next year because of it. And I feel bad because you won't get the benefit of that. But that's how teaching goes. You try something out. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, then you got to tweak it and you got to try it again. That's really where the learning happens. All right, so here it is. You don't have to be smart or good looking to be successful. It helps, believe me. But there's really just a simple group of things that you need to do. And now, if you've been in my class, you know that simple does not necessarily mean easy. But here it is. Here is my secret recipe for success, okay? Number one, be willing to work hard, right? You know that's hard work. Number two, don't let fear of failure keep you from trying, right? That's the easiest way to fail is not to try. Number three, learn from your mistakes, okay? Don't do the same thing over and over and over again. Number four, rinse and repeat. With anything, practice makes perfect. I don't care if you're an investment banker or a cosmetologist or whatever. It's the same. You stick to these principles that I just told you, I promise you will succeed. So, I'm pretty much the only thing between you and your diplomas at this point. I want to say one thing. Go out there, do great things, make us proud, but know that we here at Capital love and support you. Capital will always be your home, and you should be free to come back and visit anytime the mood takes you. You've been a great audience. Once again, I'm Aaron Gerdner. I'm here all week. Don't forget to tip your waiters.
Teacher of the Year!
Thank you all for your words of gratitude and inspiration. We at Capitol High School love our school community, appreciate and support one another as colleagues and friends, and we definitely love our students. Seniors, it is time for the presentation of diplomas. I would like to welcome our Associate Principal and soon-to-be Principal, Ms. Jamie Holliday, to announce our graduates. We will begin with our graduates in the top 10% of their class. It takes great commitment and sacrifice to make it to the top 10% of your graduating class. So congratulations to those who have achieved this accomplishment. After our top 10%, we will then continue with the presentation of diplomas for the class of 2019. So will our first two rows please rise? And we will begin the presentation of diplomas. Alfredo Ochoa Luna. Elizabeth K. Walker. Gabriela Jane Gallegos. Adilene Carrasco. Cesar Arroyo. Alberto Damián Castro. Ariana Garcia. Jacqueline Espinosa Vargas. Daniela Gutierrez. Cesar Uber López. Paola Jacqueline Aguila Talavera. Jacqueline Pacheco Marquez. Kevin Vladimir Pereira León. Maya Bridget Gorman. Jocelyn Perez. Monique Marie Salazar. Jocelyn Solis. Melina Alexis Dario. Annette Samantha Salas Morales. Leah Kimberly Coriz. Alejandro Orozco. Dylan Jace Buckley.
Noelani Jade Alvarado. Alexander Jason Martinez. Jennifer Pierce. Roberto Areola Nava. Kimberly Cisneros Olivas. Brianna Marina Martinez. Manuel A. Granillo Talavera. Brianna Abepa. Sylvia Monique Pinchera. Nicole Guzman. Sharana Renee Lucero. Michaela Janae Baca. Sasha Nicole Aguilera. Jacqueline Aguirre. Jaylene Aguirre. Bianca Elizabeth Almeida Arballo. Arlette Valeria Alonso. Arisbeth Anguiano. Gloria Mayeli Aranda Montenegro. Vivica Annalie Armijo Vigil. Ryan Aras. Brian Manuel Astorga. Brianna Eliza Baca. Lara Rosario Valderrama Sicairos. Jacqueline Baraza Parando. Sasha Barrios. Anika Bian Benavides. Destiny Marlene Bonilla. Deanza Rochelle Booker. Gary Brando. Mercedes Calderon. Belén Calderon. Amy Campos. Amanda Carvajal. Efrain Cardonas. Manuel Maone Carrillo. Araceli Carillo Hernández. Carlos Alexis Castillo León. Eva María Castillo Villegas. José Casares Cisneros. Soledad Cereceres. Fernando Cereceres. Stephanie Charlie Cano. Giselle Chavez. Naomi Chavez. Eduardo Chavez Chavez. Wilson Joely Chavez Mendieta. Daisy Saraí Chavez Rodriguez. Kiara Marie Chinana. JC Sarah Cole. Kiana Cole. Anthony Ryan Cordero. Joy Andrea Cordova. Miranda Cortez. Yamile Cota. Veronica Cruz. Hugo Cruz Serrano. Nayeli Rodriguez Cuna. Sonia Araceli de la Riva. Darlene Judith De Paz Corrada. Giselle Delgado Ordóñez. Erica Esther Diaz. Luis Ángel Diaz Flores. Emiliano Diaz Juárez. Ricardo Román Domínguez Campos. Damaris Domínguez Chávez. Jared Nathaniel Alicia. Destiny Rose Erickson. Christian Esparza Arellín. Victor Manuel Estrada Castorena. Jesús Josué Estrada Díaz. José Ricardo Estrada García. Priscilla Estrada Sandoval. Ashley Flores. Brianna Flores. Crystal Fuentes Cuna. Minor Estuardo Galeano Pinto. Eduardo Gallardo Ruiz. Alondra Guadalupe García. Christine Marie García. Diana García Cuna. Bianca García Romero. Jesse Matthew Huron Jr. Luis D'Angelo Gomez. Paola Esmeralda Gomez.
Walter David Gomez Hernandez. Rudy Emmanuel Gomez Mendoza. Joel Gomez Miramontes. Nubia Gomez Tapia. Arieliana Abril González. Javier Armando González. Gerardo Antonio González Guerrero. Amilcar Viajera. Justine Divine Briero Estrada. Sunny Elizabeth Gurule Sanchez. Jacob Joseph Gutierrez. Wendy Yalixa Gutierrez Carrillo. Leonardo Eduardo Guzmán. Brianna Hernández. Jesús Ángel Hernández Esquivel. Carla Alejandra Hernández Ramos. Dora Herrera Loera. Alyssa Gabriela Huerta. Jonathan Gonzalo Jaime Cervantes. Melanie Michelle Jaime Cervantes. Jacob Hiro. Sebastian Xavier Jowers. Oscar Joel Juarez Montes. Ashley Juarez Morales. Carlos Alejandro Landaverde Veras. Veronica Payanara Linus Baez. Jackie Nicole Levario. Karen Linares Rosales. Karina Linares Rosales. Diego Ariel Liose Muñoz. Jasmine M. Lobato. Tiffany Amber Lopez. Carlos Lopez Candelas. Jaime Ricardo Lopez Flores. Brenda Yitzel Lopez Mares. Sonia Lopez Martinez. Carlos Lopez Perez. Laura Guadalupe Lopez Perez. Alexandra Lola. Alina Yamilexi Lola. Andrea Loya Gervasio. Luisa Vianney Lozoya Tara. Ashley Alondra Lozoya Rivera. Rodolfo Leandro Lucero II. Eliana Elia Luri. Carlos Eduardo Macias. Roberto Luis Macias. Melissa Adriana Magaña. Paula Azucena Magaña. Alexis Gerardo Majalca Romero. Jorge Andrés Mariscal. Adrián José Márquez. Axel Said Márquez. Sandra Calles. Shayvon Marie Martin. Angel Monique Martinez. Isaiah Joseph Martinez. Kimberly Celine Martinez.
Yeah, miss.
Lucas Eloy Martinez. Marquisa Jasmine Martinez. Rudy Marcelina Marie Martinez. Cristian Armando Martinez Muñoz. Martin Ivan Martinez Ojeda. Ángel Mata. Antonio Mata Mata. Christopher McKnight. Elizabeth Medina Ramirez. Edwin Medrano. Melendez. Esteban Martín Melendez. Alyssa Mendez. Claudia Araceli Mendez Muniz. Emmanuel Mendoza. Joanna Miranda. Ivan Mireles Luna. Yasmin Elena Montalvo Godonis. Natasha Nicole Montaño. Michael Javier Montoya. Christopher Daniel Montoya. Paul Anthony Montoya Jr. Alondra Cecilia Morales. Brandon Morales de Leon. Brian Morales Garcia. Cristina Joana Munoz Hernandez. Brian Gabriel Nava. Leslie Elena Nava Jimenez. Vicky Nava Gonzalez. Noel Jose Nava Moreno. Mario Ivan Navarrete Mendoza. Deja Jaylene Nevares. Sigifredo Olivas. Jacqueline Ontiveros. Eric Alejandro Oquero. Monserrat Orantes Muñoz. Esmeralda Oneles Gutierrez. Brenda Marie Ortega. Isaiah Matthew Ortega. Isabel Diana Marie Ortiz. Monique Angel Rose Ortiz Garcia. Pato Palos Flores. Jonathan Para Medina. Eloy Humberto Peña Carrillo. Daniela Peña Castillo. Andrea Perea. Obed Perez. José Juan Pérez Juárez. Daniela Pérez Ramos. Mario Pérez. Fátima Pichardo Maldonado. Michelle Azucena Pineda. Adam Janine Pino. Brian Quezada Marquez. Nicodemus Quintana. Paulina Fernanda Quintana. Jasmine Sierra Raya. Karina Ramirez. Esmeralda Ramírez Paredes. Hazel Rangel Rivera. Ricardo José Gaston. Axel Gaston. Chloe Reinhardt. Kevin Andres Rivas Acosta. Jade Marie Rivera. Jonathan Santiago Rodriguez Cruz. Juan Rodriguez Marquez. Ruby Alexandra Rodriguez Vargas. Elena Maria Romero. Billy Grace Romero. Carlos Alejandro Romero Caballero. Manuel Antonio Romero Mora. Alejandro Axel Rubio. Anton Ernesto Ruiz. Sergio Azael Rubalcaba González. Alondra Silali Rubalcaba Rascón. Jessica Sainz. Kimberly Saldana. Evelyn Saldivar Nicholas. Azucena Salgado Ramirez. Carlos Manuel Sanchez. DNA Sanchez Munoz. Sebastian Segura. Destiny Cherie Sena. Natalie Solis. Claribel Panira Sosa Orona. Jeanette Cassandra Tafoya Hamilton. Edgar Enrique Perez Martinez. Heidi Natalie Perez Trejo. Isaac Terrence Trujillo. Jose Edwin Valenzuela Rodriguez. Rocio Gisela Valles Morales. Stephanie Alejandra Vaquero Humana. Alex Eduardo Varela Guerrero. Manuel Alfredo Vega Domínguez. Isabel Vega Mancinas. Faith Brandy Vigil. Jasmine Alexandra Vigil. Cesar Villa Garcia. Jose Manuel Villa Jr. Mayra Noemi Montes Piedrasanta. Itzel Paola Villalobos Ramírez. Juan Zambrano Rangel. Mariana Diaz Carlos. Luz Aileen Valenzuela. Lisa Naomi de Santiago. Ariana Sainz Flores. Marcus Quincy Silovaca Madrigal. Edgar Ian Gamboa Carrasco. Jonathan Martin Pacheco Lopez. Karina Lizeth Perez Ochoa. Catherine Hunter Royba. Daniela Janet Tapia Sanchez. Javier Eduardo Zambrano. Dylan Herrera Loera. Sebastian Para. Giselle Ortega Castro. Carol Martinez. Gabriela Emilia Garcia. Okay. Seniors, please stand. Board President and Superintendent, I present you the graduating class of 2019. I so
met and/or exceeded the standards and benchmarks as required by the Public Education Department of the State of New Mexico. I certify that they have met all of their high school graduation requirements within the expectations of the Santa Fe Public School District in the State of New Mexico. So ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class of 2019, please move your tassels from the right side, if you can keep your hat on, of your hat to the left side. As your principal, I expect you to go into the future with much gratitude and humility, remembering the many people, your family, your teachers, your friends, and to value everyone's contributions and to treat everyone with respect, and also for you to take chances and explore new paths. Congratulations, Jaguars. Make your Jaguar family proud. Thank you.